Sure, 3.5 months, what a long wait. It felt like forever. Banele, what have you been doing during the lockdown?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, we had to comply to the regulations of social distancing and all this thing, washing your hands and all of that. But yeah, it's been very, very difficult.
Yeah, looking forward to perhaps a potential return in the Absa Premiership. What do you think could happen there?
Yeah, I think I mean, it's inevitable now. Football is returning. If you look at the number of positive cases and the amount of clubs that have tested, so I think it's only like less than 5 cases that have been reported. I mean, we saw Cape Town City giving a green light that there were no positive cases. It was a clean slate. Kaizer Chiefs only 2. And I think Bloemfontein Celtic, it was only 1. So it's basically a very...
And we know Pirates had that Ben Matswari positive case couple of...
Exactly. So it's been less than 6 cases that have been reported thus far. But yeah, it seems like football is definitely returning.
So what does that mean now? Do the players have to, just return to training perhaps this week or in the foreseeable future? And then how long will it take for them to get to full match fitness and then perhaps kick up professional football?
I remember Dr. Ngwenya giving a clearance last week that there'll be 3 phases, 3 weeks. The first week they'll like individual training, and then the second week it will be more like group training where maybe like strikers train alone, the defenders, and then the third week where it's everyone training together. But I mean, just it's really going to be difficult. I mean, we saw the leagues returning in Europe, and the players towards the 60th minutes you could see which they were just burning out. So
I think it comes down to more than just players. What about the referees who have to be tested, club officials, the team staff, media? I mean, there's so many protocols to follow. Is it safe to return? I mean, my question is, it's not safe for the fans to return. Is it safe for the players to return?
Look, one thing I can guarantee you with PSL, there's definitely going to be more injuries. The games are going to be much more slower because our players, they're not like your overseas players who've got like a gym in their houses. They've basically got good paychecks, so they afford a lot of things. And you find that most of the PSL players, they stay in flats. So to even train indoors for them, it's really difficult. So now they have to return to like an official game where everything is at stake now, top 8, relegation, PSL, so it's going to be tricky.
Not to condone any bad behavior, but do you have to almost break the rules now to have the extra advantage? I mean, just to train together, perhaps going to contact training a bit earlier. Is that something you have to do? I know it's not something we can condone, but is breaking the rules perhaps giving you an advantage?
No, I think that one will jeopardize the return of the league because we might see even more cases. So we have to listen to instructions and follow all the regulations that we've been given by the government. But yeah, it's really going to be testing time for the players, and I hope we don't see a lot of injuries. But I think we will, because there are rumors that we can play the game in one province, and we know our grounds, especially KZN, they're not well taken care of. I mean, I remember Amazulu, they even had to play some of their games at Kings Park. So that tells you, imagine now after a corona lockdown, an unfit player playing at a ground that's not well taken care of. So I think we're going to see a lot of injuries, and the games will be much more slower.
There's also talk of perhaps 3 games in the space of 7 days. Was that going to be a big test of the teams who have a bigger squad compared to the smaller squad? Who will it benefit, in your opinion?
Yeah, look, I think a club like Mamelodi Sundowns, because I know as much as there's 5 substitutions, I mean, if you're bringing on equality for quality, you don't lose that much. As much as it's 5-5, but if you look at a team like Kaizer Chiefs, already they were relying on one sub, which was Utumsani Zuma. Now they'll have to even have more. So it's going to be a tricky one for those type of teams that don't have that much quality. Even a club like Wits, they've got problems, and we've always said they had a small club. So I think Wits now will be just donating
Wits for now
points
until they become Jekyll. Lastly, before we end it, I'm going to put you on the spot. When football does return, Chiefs or Sundowns who's winning the league?
It's a tricky one.
Should we just leave it for...
I think we must, after the first game week, then we can have an idea. But as things stand, I think it's a tricky one. But I'd say it favors Chiefs. I mean, they've got 2 games against Wits, who's got internal problems. If you look at Chipa United, they don't have a coach. Chiefs still have to play them. Celtic also is on the market, on sale. New owners are coming up. Chiefs still have to play them. So if you are Ernst Murindov, you can target those 4 games and say 12 points, then you've got a good chance.
And in fact, before the break, I mean, rival fans were actually looking at those 2 Wits fixtures and thinking, okay, this is where Chiefs are going to slip up. But now with the sale of
the tables have turned.
I mean, the tables have turned massively, and they're definitely in favour of Amakosi. that's what we think. Leave your comments below. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next week. Cheers. For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agent.